Hey familia, Miranda here, coming to you with another episode of First Viewing, where I share my thoughts and recommendations on films that I'm watching for the very first time. So I have a handful here to share with you guys. Let's go on ahead and get right into it. Alright, so first up we have The Northman. You guys, this movie is freaking fantastic. I can easily say that this will probably end up in my top 5 for 2022. This movie is just freaking awesome. It is definitely brutal at times. The performances throughout this film are definitely just, oh my goodness, so good. Especially Alexander Skarsgård as Amleth. He was just freaking amazing, so badass. And the short time that Ethan Hawke and William Dafoe were in here, I really enjoyed the both of them. And normally I'm not really a huge fan of Anya Taylor-Joy, but you know, I actually kind of liked her in this one. But this film is just so interesting. It's so different. I mean, there's great action here. The cinematography is absolutely stunning. And I don't know, I loved everything about this film. Obviously, I mean, it's Vikings, but it's not like any Viking film that we've ever gotten before. Because, you know, typical Vikings that, you know, you see like in shows and other movies that, you know, they're wearing their little hats with like the two horns or whatever. But this was so different, but it was so like beautifully done. And it's just a really awesome like revenge flick. I loved everything about this film. So highly recommend this one if you have not checked it out. You're gonna love this one for sure, you guys. It just really has everything that you could want in a film. And like I said, the cinematography in this is just, oh my goodness, it's breathtaking, you guys. So The Northman, I really enjoyed this one. Next up is Teen Titans Go and DC Superhero Girls Mayhem in the Multiverse. I really didn't care for this one, you guys. I mean, I thought it was going to be a fun one, especially like for the kiddos, which I'm sure they enjoyed it. But I did not enjoy this as much as I thought it was going to be. If anything, I kind of thought that Teen Titans Go didn't quite get enough spotlight. It was more about the DC Superhero Girls. I mean, they were in here, you know, like here and there in like little bits and stuff. But for the most part, it was DC Superhero Girls. And me, honestly, I would definitely pick Teen Titans Go over the DC Superhero Girls. So I just kind of wish that they had gotten a little bit more spotlight in this film and were more like in action, but you really didn't get them doing anything except for being there at their headquarters or whatever. So yeah, this one I would say is a no-go. Alright, so next up is The Ice Storm. This film was not quite what I was expecting, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. It's a decent film for sure. A lot of drama. I mean, it is. It's a good drama, you guys. It's just not exactly what I had in mind. I mean, it does take place over like Thanksgiving weekend, but honestly, I really didn't get like a whole lot of like Thanksgiving vibes. But there is definitely a lot of drama, a lot of tension between the adults, between the kids and everything. And if anything, I think that this film was kind of more seen from the point of view of the children and just how the adults are kind of just acting silly and whatnot. But so Tobey Maguire's in this. He was okay. He plays the brother of Christina Ricci's character, which I'm kind of curious though, because Tobey Maguire's character, he's like 16, so he plays the brother. And Christina Ricci's character, like, how old is she supposed to be? Because she's like kind of perverted in a way. Like, she's so concerned about, you know, sexual stuff and whatnot. But yeah, you guys, I don't know what to really make of this film. I didn't exactly love it, but I didn't hate it either. Like I said, it's a good drama. It's decent. You know, there's a great cast all around. I thought the performances were really good, but this film is just kind of missing that wow factor for me. So, I mean, I'd say go ahead and at least check it out. You might like it more than I did. But yeah, and that ending, you guys, that's kind of heartbreaking. So yeah, definitely, I mean, The Ice Storm, like I said, check it out if you like. You may like it. It's a decent drama. It was just okay in my opinion. So next is one amazing film, and I don't know what took me so long to watch this, but we have 12 Angry Men. This movie is freaking phenomenal. Easily a new favorite of mine. Just everything about this film, you guys. The storytelling of this just really makes the film. You don't have to have a bunch of like special effects and CGI and action to make a great film. This is just fantastic, you guys. So good. Oh my goodness. I seriously kind of am in the mood to even just watch this again because I loved it that much. But I enjoyed all of the characters. I mean, you have a really awesome cast here. And it's just through the storytelling and just through the dialogue and everything in this film, it just really makes just such an amazing film, you guys. I cannot stress that enough on how fantastic this film is. Just the way, you know, you got the one dude, he is against the whole jury and somehow manages to flip it, like flip everybody. And even the one dude, juror number 3, there was that one moment kind of towards the end where he did not want to accept the facts. His expression on his face was like priceless, you guys. Like oh my goodness. This is awesome, you guys. So freaking awesome. If you haven't seen it, which I'm sure probably most of you have, but if you haven't and it's the first time watch for you like it was for me, you will not be sorry. This is just freaking amazing. And yeah, you guys, you have to watch this one if you haven't. All right, next up we have Nope. So I actually did really enjoy this one. I knew I would, you guys. It's very different. It's a very unique film. Keke Palmer, you guys, like I really haven't seen her in too much lately. She was a hoot in this, you guys. I really enjoyed her a lot. But yeah, this is just so interesting. It's such a weird film, one that you just kind of really need to I mean, yeah, at times you were like, what the hell is happening? Like, what am I watching? But it's definitely a film to kind of process, you guys. But I really enjoyed this one. I know that this one kind of has like a love-hate relationship with many people. But I enjoyed it, you guys. I just thought it was so unique. The alien thing, whatever you want to call it, was just so different. Not like any alien I've ever seen before. But yeah, this was just kind of really cool. I thought the special effects were really good and everything. And it's just a very odd story. But I had fun with this one. I really did. So I definitely say check it out. So next we have Orphan First Kill. This one I was like super excited to check out because obviously I love the first Orphan film. And I gotta say, I don't get where the hate is coming from, you guys. I really enjoyed this. And if anything, I thought that this was just as good as the first one, to be honest. The storyline, I mean, learning like kind of how she started out, where she came from, and you know, what led up to, you know, obviously the first kill and then her, you know, moving on to that family in the first film. You know, we learn all of that here. And obviously Esther, she's just super freaking creepy as normal. So obviously really good in this one. But yeah, you guys, this one was just, it was different though. The twist really helped make this film. And it kind of happened a little early on in my opinion. But I did not expect that at all, you guys. I did not. So that was a huge surprise. And that was just kind of very twisted. Julia Stiles, you guys. Normally, I'm not really a huge fan of hers. I mean, I like her in some roles, obviously. But I don't know, like, her character in this was not like any like character I've seen her play before, and I actually really enjoyed her in this one. Probably one of my favorite roles from her, to be honest. But yes, I thought the kills were good and there was plenty of gore. If anything, there might have been more gore in this one than in the first film. But yeah, I enjoyed this one honestly just as much as the first one. So y'all stop hating. I don't know where the hate's coming from, but yeah, I dig it, you guys. So thumbs up from me. Alrighty, moving along to Elvis, you guys. This is another one too that I'm almost certain this will probably make my top 5 of 2022. This film was just absolutely amazing. Austin Butler as Elvis, he was just fantastic, you guys. But this film was just such an awesome and beautiful insight to who Elvis Presley was. And it's funny because, you know, growing up, I mean, yeah, I heard some of his music here and there. There was mention of him here and there. Like, obviously, I mean, he was famous, so I knew the name. But I didn't really know anything about him. And there was even some songs that I didn't even know he sang that was in here. So obviously, the music in this is just absolutely phenomenal. The performances throughout are just really great. Although I will say Tom Hanks' character as his manager dude, like, I don't know, there was just something about him. Like, I did not like him. I really did not care for Tom Hanks in this film. But Austin Butler was just amazing, you guys, as Elvis. And I thought he just did a just phenomenal job at portraying him and, you know, all the dance moves and the singing and all that and stuff. So yeah, you guys, but like I said, this is a really cool insight. You definitely learn a lot about Elvis. I mean, not just from him being famous, but like the things, like the struggles he had to go through and whatnot. And also just poor guy, it just really seemed like he got used by like everybody just so that they could benefit from his performances and his singing and all of that. So yeah, I don't know. There's just kind of like a softer side to Elvis, which I found kind of interesting. Now it is a long running time. It's about 2 hours and 40 minutes, but honestly, you guys, I really didn't feel it. I was so engaged to this film like the whole entire time. So I just loved every minute of this film, and just even seeing all of Elvis's like most epic performances and kind of his downfall and everything before his death. This was just, it did such a good job, this film, at just portraying all of that. So really, really love this one. Highly, highly recommend it. Next up is Black Friday. So finally gave this one a watch, obviously on Black Friday. Or wait, maybe I watched it the day after. I'm not sure. But anyway, Black Friday. So kind of just tells you what this is about. All these people, they work at the store. It's Black Friday, you know, so it's mad crazy. So but this film, you guys, honestly, I had expected to enjoy this one a lot more. Maybe I just kind of set my expectations too high. I hadn't really heard much on this, but I'm like, you know what, this looks like some cheesy fun. So yeah, I kind of set my expectations a bit high for this one. And honestly, this one was kind of a letdown. Like, I just really didn't care for much of the film. I mean, yeah, it was cheesy. It had its fun moments. It had its funny moments, but it wasn't like over the top comedy like I was kind of expecting, like super cheesiness. It just wasn't that. And even the gore really wasn't that great. And obviously, I'm sure this was like a super like low budget film, but yeah, like the comedy just wasn't all that great. And the gore factor just was lacking some. So I don't know. I mean, it was okay for what it is, you know, a bit cheesy, but it just nothing great. Next up is Fall. I really enjoyed this one, you guys. I enjoyed it a lot. It's just a nice, like, edge of your seat kind of film. There's some thrill to it. And I enjoyed the heck out of this one. And I thought both girls delivered great performances. The first twist, I kind of saw coming. The second one, I was like, wait, what? I did not expect that second twist, you guys. I was like, it's too good to be true. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. And I handled it very well, you guys. I mean, yeah, I was a little, I don't know, just looking down. But because I'm not a fan of heights, you guys. But I think I did a little bit better with this one than I did with The Walk. That one definitely left me nauseated. This one was okay. I handled it well, you guys. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. Definitely edge of your seat kind of film, and I love films like that. So I definitely think that, you know, if you watch this, you will enjoy it. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty great film, you guys, and it's just kind of crazy to think about. Yeah, so Fall. And last but not least, getting into the Christmas films. I'm trying to fit in as many Christmas films as I can before I head out on vacation here in a couple weeks. But so one film that I just watched was Anna and the Apocalypse. This one I actually picked up at Dollar Tree like year or two ago maybe, and it's just been sitting there, and so I finally decided to give it a watch. And this is definitely a fun one, you guys. It is a musical, which is kind of interesting, but yeah, it's music and zombies. I just thought it was super fun, you guys. There's some really, really good gore in this for sure. Loved that. And yeah, it's just overall fun. The musical numbers were actually not half bad. They were pretty interesting. I found them fun, and just the whole, you know, like zombie aspect I thought was pretty good. So yeah, I'd say definitely give this a go. I will probably eventually upgrade this one to Blu-ray because it does have one. But yeah, I thought that this was just some cheesy fun, some cheesy zombies, cheesy musical, cheesy everything, and some really great gore. So, and on the Apocalypse. So that is it for today's episode of First Viewing. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know if you guys have seen some of these films, your thoughts on them, your favorites. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the family if you have not, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.